Navigating tree removal and pruning in the Sutherland Shire can be confusing. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to get your trees approved for removal or pruning. My name's Ben Lawson. I'm a second generation arborist, born and bred in the Shire. Now, everything I speak about is referenced from this puppy, Chapter 39 of the 2015 Sutherland Shire Council Development Control Plan, the DCP. Essentially, these are the rules by which the council operate in regards to vegetation. All works need to follow the Australian standard for pruning of amenity trees, AS 4373 2007. First things first, is the tree on your property? We need to confirm the tree is on your property or you have permission from the owner to work on it. Although owner's permission is always recommended, in some rare cases, permission from the owner for pruning or removal of the tree is not required. 1. The tree pruning is exempt from council approval and can be worked on from your property, and access to the owner's property is not required. 2. In an emergency situation where the tree has been assessed by a qualified arborist to be an imminent risk to life and property. 3. When a Land and Environment Court order has been issued. That's the first hurdle covered. Let's assume the tree is on your property. We now need to confirm the tree is not of heritage significance and listed on an online register. See the link attached. Okay, that's the basics out of the way. This is the first big question. Do you even need council approval? There are many circumstances where council approval is not required, and that's a good thing. Let's explore what they are in two parts: removal and pruning. 5 legal ways to remove a tree without council approval in the Sutherland Shire. 1. Council have a list that contains 31 species, 44 weeds and 19 noxious weeds that are exempt, meaning you don't need approval to prune or cut them down. 2. The tree is below size. A tree is generally exempt if it is less than 100 millimeters at 500 millimeters above ground level. 3. Dead trees. Council allows removal of young dead trees up to 300 millimeters in diameter, given they do not contain hollows and have not been poisoned. It is important to make sure that the tree is actually dead and is not just deciduous, meaning it drops its leaves in winter. Number 4, the 1050 bushfire clearing entitlement rule. Now, this is a very great rule and legislation that was brought in for a devastating reason. Following the 2013 bushfires, where over 200 properties were destroyed, state government had to find a way to act to protect properties, to protect homeowners that were near the bush. Now, if you're in one of these designated zones and you check the online tool, you can remove any tree within 10 metres of your house, even trees within 10 metres of your neighbour's house, should you have their approval. It is vital to check the RFS online tool to see that the specific property is within a designated 1050 clearing entitlement area. Generally, any tree within 10 metres of a dwelling can be pruned or removed without council approval. If a tree is not within 10 metres of a dwelling, but is on your property and is within 10 metres of your neighbour's dwelling, it can be removed, given their approval, and they are in the 1050 zone. Trees and shrubs up to 300 millimetres within 50 metres of a dwelling are also included. Few watch points for 1050 legislation. You need to make sure the tree is included in the RFS online tool. You need to make sure the tree is not protected by a DA, stop work order or Land and Environment Court order. The tree is not on a slope greater than 18 degrees. We've got to make sure we've got the permission of the owner. Special rules apply around waterways. Number 5, storm damage and imminent danger. If a tree presents an imminent danger to life or property as assessed by a qualified arborist, it can be removed without council approval. When council approval is required, there's a couple of things that are going to give you the highest likelihood of getting your approval through. In the Sutherland Shire, if your tree's within 3 metres of an approved dwelling or 3 metres of your pool, the council will most likely give you approval. If your tree's causing significant damage to your building, if it's uplifting your foundations or really causes damage to your house, council have a high likelihood of approving a tree. I'm going to go through other possible reasons for approval the council will consider. 1. The tree is part of a development application. 2. The tree is on a heavy lean or has undesirable growth characteristics. 3. The tree is diseased. 4. The tree is dropping a considerable amount of large limbs. Number 5. The tree is unsuitable for its location. Some trees are just way too big, grow way too large and are too close to houses. 6. The tree is having serious impact on elderly or disabled residents. 7. The tree has reached senility. Old age. Its useful life is limited. 8. The tree has serious structural flaws. 9. The tree's growing condition has been impacted by other larger trees, often larger trees shading a smaller tree from growing properly, essentially stunting its growth. Generally, the following reasons the council will not consider as significant grounds for removal. The tree is too big or tall. It's dropping leaves or sap. It's dropping deadwood. It's blocking your view, blocking light to your solar panels, blocking TV or satellite reception. Now they're all good reasons, but council just don't tend to approve trees for these reasons. 8 legal ways to prune trees in the Sutherland Shire Council without approval. 1. The pruning is of deadwood or rubbing branches. 2. The pruning required is directly over a dwelling. 3. The pruning is under 10% of the canopy and branches not greater than 100mm. This 10% pruning can only be conducted once every calendar year, so you can't get me back 2 weeks in a row and add up 10% twice and get 20%. Just doesn't work that way. 4. The tree is exempt from protection. Number 5. The tree is below size. Number 6. The tree is dead and does not contain hollows. Number 7. The pruning falls under the 1050 bushfire legislation. Number 8. The tree has been storm damaged and is in imminent danger to life or property. Thank you for your time. This list is not completely exhaustive, as I always recommend a professional arborist comes and looks at your trees before commencing any work. I hope that I've helped you find a way to remove your dangerous tree without council approval. If you're still struggling with that, please get in touch. Send your details through to info@shanestrees.com.au and I'll get one of my friendly team to organise one of our arborists to come out and give you an obligation-free appraisal. Our arborist will take you through all the possibilities and whether your tree needs approval or not. If you enjoyed watching this video, give us a like, share our content or comment below. I'll see you next time for another great video. Until then, we don't beat around the bush.